Welcome to Rediscover the Verde Valley. I'm Christian Oliva del Rio. I'm your CEO for the Cottonwood Chamber of Commerce. And with me this morning is my very good friend, Janet Kelly. She is the branch manager for National Bank of Arizona. You also sit on the board of directors for the Cottonwood Economic Development Council, and you're also the secretary for the CEDC. Which was what I just said, as well as a board of directors for the Cottonwood Chamber of Commerce. So
good morning.
Good morning. You're very involved in a lot of different things, aren't you?
I like it. I like to be involved. It's fun.
So we've known each other quite a number of years. We were just talking about that. So I've been here about 26 years, and you 22 years. And I remember first seeing you and meeting you at Bank of America. That's where I first started.
Isn't that something?
It's been quite a few years, huh?
Yeah.
So you've been in the Verde Valley for 22 years, and you moved here from?
So yeah, originally I'm a transplant from Chicago.
Right.
And then, but I always knew I was going to live in Arizona.
Yeah.
And they even wrote it in my yearbook. Like, have a good life there. And I'm like, I shall.
Yeah. So originally you moved to where in Arizona?
To Phoenix.
Phoenix area?
The Phoenix area, yeah. And we spent 12 years down there. And it was great. It was good. It was a good place to raise the kids.
Yeah.
You know, good schools.
Right.
And it was good upbringing for them. But I just, you know, I was raised in a small town and really wanted to get back to that where they know your name at the grocery store.
Right.
You know,
and
you don't feel
bank.
like, at the bank. It's true.
So what brought you to the Verde Valley?
You know, I was the smog. I was out hiking. I love to hike.
Yeah.
And I was sitting on top of a mountain. I looked out and it was all hazy and smoky, and I'm like, you know, I just don't feel like I belong here anymore. And then so I just kind of had a Discover Day where I went and, you know, hung out up here, and I was like, I love it here.
Yeah. I think that happens to most people that come to this area.
It's just like, it's like
they discover the beauty and all of the
Right.
things that you can really do. There's so much to do here.
There
That's
is.
what
I love it.
You know, I also grew up. I grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area, so big city. You know, and moving here, one of the first things I realized was people were really friendly, you know. Complete strangers waving to you as you're driving down the street. It was a little scary because the neighborhood I grew up in was not like that.
That's funny. They didn't, huh?
Yeah, they were waving other signs at me. Wasn't very nice, but, you know, we love the Verde Valley, and, you know, there's a lot to do, and I'm sure that's what you love about it as well. But the community itself, this community always seems to step up and help out, and
it's a great community,
wants to support
great people, and it keeps attracting good people.
Right.
So that's what makes it so powerful.
Good. We're doing a good job then, I think. So.
I do.
So some of the other clubs and maybe organizations that you were involved in, you know, we were also touching on that. You were in Verde Valley Leadership, and that's where you and I kind of really grew our relationship there, right? So
it's true. Leadership was a great experience, and I think they're going in their 14th year.
Yeah,
it's very exciting because we were in the the roots part of it, where the
so you were
grassroots.
class 3, and I was class 2. So
and I learned a lot. That was a really great experience. Back in the day, it was a 2-year program. Right. It was intense.
It was very.
And then we went right from the class right into being on the board.
Being right on the board and giving back.
Right.
What's their vision is inspiring individuals to action. So
that's true.
We served
as
on
we
that.
are here today.
Yeah, I know, right? It's a great program.
It is.
So, Chamber of Commerce.
I love the chamber.
You do?
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I love it.
So what do you love about it? What draws you to it?
I love being involved in the community and hearing about all because the chamber does so much.
Yeah.
There's so much, and this community is so rich in just what it does. And like the Christmas parade, somebody was in the bank the other day talking about that. They can't wait for the Christmas parade. You know, it's a little thing, but that's kind of a big thing.
It is a big thing. You know, we're going into our 65th year.
Do we have a theme yet?
We do, and you put me on the spot because I don't know what it is, unfortunately.
That's all right. That's all right.
I'm gonna have to get Colleen over here and do another one on the parade. But,
okay, good.
But yeah, it's those those little events like that and stuff. But you know, the chamber does other things too. It's not just about events. So
no, it isn't.
Yeah. How does the chamber benefit the bank?
Well, I just think it's a really great partnership. Like we'll host the mixers, and and that's just another way to just get in front of, the other business partners and
networking.
Networking. It's really good at that, and basically just everything that. Well, and there's so many fingers to the chamber.
There are, yeah. I don't think everybody really realizes all of the things that we're kind of engaged in.
Yes,
So,
I don't think that they realize how much manpower goes into doing what what the community is all about. It's pretty powerful.
Well, thank you. We appreciate it.
Well,
we love our community.
Well, you're the engine, so you're doing a good job.
I've got an excellent staff that is the engine that helps me along the way. So
there's always a good team behind everything we do.
It has to be, really. And I've been blessed for the 12 years that I've been with the chamber.
Right.
So how long have you been with National Bank?
11 years.
Wow, it's amazing. Yeah.
11 years. I know, it's gone by so fast.
Right. It's easy when you're working for a company that you believe in.
Right.
And you see the good things that they do. It doesn't feel like a job.
It's true.
Right.
National Bank is very it's a community bank.
It is.
And they're very community minded. We do like the business of the week where business can set up and do free advertising for a week.
That's wonderful, right.
You know, just all those things.
How do you pick those? How do you get
They just come.
They do.
Yes.
They say, oh, I'd like to be highlighted this week or
right.
whatever.
So if you're banking with me and you're a current business customer, you can set up your wares.
Wonderful.
And you set it up on a Monday morning, you take down Friday night. And people love it.
Yeah.
So I always have a display. I've had spas in my lobby, beds.
Wow. Full of water?
Side by side. Well, we put some gallons of water.
We got to do a spa and maybe a wine tasting room.
Right, there you go. Now you're thinking.
Now that's
See?
banking.
That is banking. No, I know it makes it interesting because when the people come in, they're like, oh.
Right.
And then they
you
get
might
to
learn about a company that was in town that you didn't really
even know about.
Yeah, right.
So it's very powerful.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So the CEDC, so what got you involved with that? So that's Cottonwood Economic Development Council,
it is,
right?
Yes. Back in the day, Casey Rooney approached me and he's like, Janet, would you like to be part of it? And I just, I don't know, maybe it's not that I'm nosy, but I do like to know what's going on in the community. And so it was a way to, go and attend meetings and hear about what was happening.
Right.
And so it was just kind of exciting. And I said, sure, of course, and so it's kind of morphed into where it is today.
Right.
But I'm very passionate about, business and the growth in the community. And I like the fact that when I'm on the CEDC, and we should call it Cottonwood Economic Development Council, right?
Sure.
So I like the fact that we all have a voice.
Yeah.
And you get to...
Everybody got heard. And everybody got to share what they were working on and things. It really was. And that's kind of, I think, what Casey had intended and started it was for it to be kind of an incubator, right? For business people. We had everything from education, banking, obviously chamber, government.
Right.
We had a lot of different utilities, real estate, a lot of different industries throughout the Verde Valley that came together and were able to share ideas and share what projects and things they were working on, huh?
It's true.
Very informative.
Very informative and just, on a really broad spectrum. I mean, it covered a lot of different areas.
It did, yeah. So now we're definitely honing our focus a little bit more. We've gone through some pretty major structure changes.
We have, but change is good.
But I think change is good. Absolutely.
Change is good.
I'm excited about the future and where we're heading with
Me
it.
too.
And we haven't really shared a whole lot with the community about, we kind of took a hiatus there for a little bit to regroup and refocus. And, how are you feeling about that?
I feel really good about it. I just feel like we've got, we're going to just, we're growing wings and I think it's going to be really good. Okay. I think the focus is going to be right where it needs to be on business development.
Right.
And I think that's an awesome thing.
It is. It's important. Yeah. So, Janet, let's take a quick break.
Okay.
When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about CDC and the direction and the bank and everything, okay?
I love it.
All right.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Come right back with us, okay?
This is Bruce Morrow, Transportation Manager for Cottonwood Area Transit. Remember, we cover the entire Verde Valley and Sedona. Cottonwood Area Transit has you covered wherever you want to ride in the Verde Valley, all day, every day. Take Cottonwood Area Transit through Clarkdale, Verde Village, and from 26 locations in Cottonwood. With Verde Links, it's a quick and easy trip to Sedona every day. Don't forget our connectors to Camp Verde. Visit cottonwoodaz.gov for Cottonwood Area Transit and take a seat. Let's go ride.
There are people who struggle with addiction and homelessness. Sometimes it may feel like there is nothing we can do to help.
But there is. You can make a tax-deductible donation and help those in need transition away from homelessness.
When you give someone a handout, you could actually be supporting an addiction.
A better life starts with better health, especially for those living in the streets.
Support solutions, not addictions. You can make a difference. Visit cottonwoodcares.org.
Welcome back to Rediscover the Verde Valley. Again, with me is Janet Kelly with National Bank, CDC, and Cottonwood Chamber of Commerce, among the many other things that you do. So, right before the break, we were talking a little bit more about CDC and our refocus and whatnot. And so, can you share a little bit more about some of the things that we've been kind of talking about and thinking we might want to explore?
Sure. Well, some of the things, the Buxton, I think, it's kind of, I'm excited about that. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. It's a very large investment that the community would make towards growth. Right.
So Buxton Report is a company that comes in and explores your demographics and sees where people go shopping. So, they may be driving over the mountain to Prescott and, what kind of retail stores or whatever restaurants are they going to, and then they're able to pull data together and then court these potential businesses. It's an attraction tool to bring business into the area, right?
Right, exactly right. That's I mean, we're looking at several different things, but that's one.
That's one, right?
And I like just recently we just went in and invested here locally in our community and gave some of our dollars into the Verde Valley Wine Trail, which we're excited about, and the Old Town Association, which are two very near and dear to all of our hearts. Organizations that are nonprofits themselves.
Yeah, and doing really good work in the area. That really fits right in with our vision and mission of growing the economy and supporting tourism, which is one of our major industries and attractions here. And we definitely are a destination, so it's good to support those things. But that's probably something else that we might look at moving down the line is maybe a grant process so we can help out other nonprofits.
And I think that's definitely our direction. I mean, I think if we've defined anything, I think that's it.
Yes.
Is that we're going to need to fund ourselves with grant, and then we can in turn go in and support all the different things that are needed.
I'm glad that you brought that up because the CDC has got a great opportunity in front of it in that it is also has a foundation that was created under it, a 501c3 charitable organization.
That's correct. And I think that's going to be our direction. I really do. I see that as being our direction, that, being a foundation, because that allows us to do the grant writing, which,
to bring in revenue, but also to then share it with the community.
Correct.
Right.
And that's really what we're all about. So.
Right. That CDC has a long history of stepping up and really filling in those gaps and helping with
They did the hotel feasibility study. I mean, we've done some big things. Right. So, and those, I mean, that's all because we just invested in it.
Yeah. We believe in the community for sure and want to give back. So
it's true.
It's good stuff for sure.
It is.
And more to come on the CDC and the CDF,
I know,
right? So tell us a little bit more about National Bank. So, you said, so National Bank has been in business for
30 years.
Wow.
Yeah, 30 years. And we started as a little business boutique bank.
Wow, yeah.
So we were just a little boutique bank, and then it grew. And so our main focus still is business and business customers. So we handle it from when they're first starting. When I have a customer come to me and they're like, I want to start a business. Yeah. So we'll help them with the SBA. We are SBA preferred lender.
Right.
So we'll start getting that business, moving and get it started, and then we're there for when all the growth periods, and then when they retire.
For those of us that maybe don't know, what SBA and what is it?
Okay,
How
yeah,
does
sure.
that work?
So SBA is so it's Small Business Administration. So it's basically a government financing.
Okay.
So the government partners with the bank.
Right.
And then they finance.
Right.
So all the risk is not on the bank; it's with the government
It makes
and
it
the
a little
bank.
bit easier.
It makes it a little bit
Right.
easier. Everybody can breathe a little bit easier.
Right.
So they have a pretty good process, and you have to form a business plan, but that sets the customer up for success.
Exactly. You really should be considering a business plan. Don't just run into it blindly. But
Yeah, it's true. And I've been partnering a lot with the SBDC, which is Small Business Development. And they are Ruth Ellen Alinsky, and she's been wonderful
Up
because
here,
she'll help.
by college, right?
Yes, up by college. So she'll help the business customer, with forming their entity. And
That's
doing
also
the business plan.
an awesome, again, our community and these resources that maybe people don't know about, but the majority of, not all, the resources that they can give are free to people.
It's all free.
Yeah, it's amazing, right?
And people don't know about it nor take advantage of it.
Right. So we're going to start spreading that word a lot more too. We have a lot of entrepreneurs in our area, and I think the wine industry is really a great way for people to explore that potentially, and just there's so many different things that people can do here.
It is.
So along with the SBA and the SBDC, that all kind of ties right in with, and there's all these acronyms, right?
Right, I know.
VV Rio,
I know.
right?
Verde Valley, yeah.
Verde Valley Regional Economic Organization.
Correct. It's a mouthful.
Yeah, but being a partner with SBA, that also then opens up the door for you to work with.
It's true.
With VV Rio. How does that work?
VV Rio, and we'll just use the acronyms, but they're amazing too, and they have a revolving loan fund. So sometimes I can help a business customer, but they're going to need a little bit additional help in maybe getting their business going, or they hit a lull, or they need a little injection monies, and the bank can't do it for whatever reason.
Right.
I mean, we'd love to try and help everybody, but we can't
sometimes
always.
You can't, right.
So they step in those cases.
Good alternative.
They're also an amazing partner. They come in, and they're, again, another nonprofit.
Right.
So we're surrounded by, this community has so many nonprofits that are in
so many
the giving.
nonprofits that give back to
That
the
give
community.
back.
It's amazing.
And so they help business customers if they need a little injection, capital injection. And and it's a short-term financing.
Right.
3 years, I believe, they like to keep it to. But it's there. And, and I think at one point they had $500,000 in a revolving loan fund, which is awesome.
Right.
But yeah, they're another really good resource. You're great at digging in there. There's so many. You forget about how many
I know,
there is.
right? And it is. It can get a little mind-boggling at times how many. But that's why we have to have things like this to share this information and get that word out, because then it puts it out there. So
that's true.
National Bank does do a lot of different programs to help community members, individuals, our neighbors, as well as business. So I know you got a couple programs that are kind of going right now.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we did. I was excited. Yeah, the bank, they graced us with a lot of really great promotions this last quarter. So the home equity credit line is 2.99 for 12 months.
Right.
So that's a great promotion.
Yeah.
And then for the consumer. And then on the business side, so this is where I get really passionate, because if I have a business customer that wants to buy a building, say they've been leasing for 10 years, and they want to have a piece of the rock.
Right.
So the promotion right now is 3.99 for 5 years. That's the interest rate.
That's
to
pretty awesome.
own a building for a business customer, or refinance.
Owner occupied.
Right, owner
occupied.
occupied.
You have to be in it. Right.
Yeah, they need to be occupying
Right.
it. But that's a wonderful promotion too, and the bank they're not charging the 1% origination fee, and then they're also throwing in $1,000 towards the appraisal.
Wow, that's
so it's
pretty
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice promotion.
Right. Cool. So, other events. I mean, do you guys do?
Yeah, we have a couple events coming up. So we've got the Taste of Biltmore actually it's really soon. It's next Thursday from 6 to 9. But I love that. And one year I have to attend, and I feel bad I haven't gotten down there. But it looks like so much fun.
Right.
And it started out as a customer appreciation.
Right.
And then it morphed into this big event where they invite all the local people down by the Biltmore. 'Cause
That's
our
excellent. Yeah, that's where
down-
the main
right.
office, or right, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then so they host this big taste of Biltmore, and all the profits go into a nonprofit. They choose a nonprofit every year to where the profits go to.
Excellent, yeah.
Yeah, so they've raised almost over 112,000.
Wow, that's huge.
Over these last several years
Yeah.
doing this
Yeah.
event. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So very community-oriented bank, right? I mean,
Very
you started
much
out
so.
as a small.
We have 59 branches throughout the state. So in
Right.
every community,
Right.
we're in every community. And I just love that.
It is. It's funny though, because we were also talking right before we did this, right? Was
Right.
that you go into the big city, or call it the big city now.
The metro. The metro. Right?
But you go in and it feels like everybody's automated. It's not.
It's true.
There's no.
I know.
Where you walk in National Bank here, and or
Everybody
anywhere
knows
else
your
in
name.
Arizona, and it's
They
like
know your
it's like
name.
Cheers.
It is
Norm.
like that. It is like
I know, you walk through the door and everybody yells to you. It's a little scary at first, but
It's true.
No.
My boyfriend, when he comes up to visit, because he lives in Mesa, when he comes up, he's like, "Oh my gosh, you know everybody."
Yeah.
But it's like,
but
you
it is.
do.
It's true. Yeah, and I love that about it. It's
I do
just,
too.
That's definitely what I love about our community, because you see people everywhere. Everybody. I mean, you walk
Yep.
into that bank and everybody's your neighbor or whatever. So
It's true.
It's important.
It is
keeps
important.
things good. So we have finished our second segment. We're
Okay.
going to take another quick break.
All right.
And then when we come back, we'll talk some more.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. We'll see you in a minute.
This is Bruce Morrow, Transportation Manager for Cottonwood Area Transit. Remember, we cover the entire Verde Valley and Sedona. Cottonwood Area Transit has you covered wherever you want to ride in the Verde Valley, all day, every day. Take Cottonwood Area Transit through Clarkdale, Verde Village, and from 26 locations in Cottonwood. With Verde Links, it's a quick and easy trip to Sedona every day. Don't forget our connectors to Camp Verde. Visit cottonwoodaz.gov for Cottonwood Area Transit and take a seat. Let's go ride.
There are people who struggle with addiction and homelessness. Sometimes it may feel like there is nothing we can do to help.
But there is. You can make a tax-deductible donation and help those in need transition away from homelessness.
When you give someone a handout, you could actually be supporting an addiction.
A better life starts with better health, especially for those living in the streets.
Support solutions, not addictions. You can make a difference. Visit cottonwoodcares.org.
Welcome back to Rediscover the Verde Valley. Again, I'm Christian Oliva del Rio, your CEO for the Cottonwood Chamber of Commerce. And with me again is Janet Kelly, a very good friend of mine, National Bank of Arizona.
Wonderful to be here.
Yeah. It's been fun, right?
It has been fun.
Yes. You're not nervous?
Oh, no, not
No,
at all.
we're all good.
It's all good.
So we were talking about the bank a little bit
Yeah.
more, and let's share a little bit more information. So
Sure.
some of these great programs that you got for small business people that may want to
Yes.
own the building that they're in
Right.
and running their business, and some great rates on that, as well as home equity lines.
Sure.
So how can people find out more about this other than going into the branch themselves,
Yes,
right?
right.
Got a website,
We do.
Facebook?
Yep, NB
So-
Arizona, nbarizona.com.
Right. Okay.
And in there's so many resources for business customers, consumer customers. I mean, people can apply online now anymore. Everything is so automated with that,
Right.
which is awesome.
Yeah,
We've
so-
really gotten on board with all that.
It's great information. I actually used that bank
Did-
for
Yes.
our accounts, and
Right.
it's very easy to get in there and,
It
and,
is.
and work with it. So a lot of tools for people in there as well.
There really
So,
are.
Any other opportunities for the bank? Or
We have actually, I shared with you, we had the 59 branches.
Yeah.
And we are the largest regional state,
Right.
the bank in the state of
Right.
Arizona. So, and our parent company is Zions Bank Corporation out of Utah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting. We're really a unique bank in the fact that there's 11 affiliates. And when you look at like banks, like you look at, our competitors like the big Chase and Wells and all that, none of them are operating like that. So we have 11 individual banks like us in all the western states that are operating. So it's really kind of an interesting makeup. It really is. And but yeah, right now, currently, I've been helping out up at Page because they don't have a manager up there. So actually I spent a couple weeks up, which has been kind of nice.
Yeah, kind of nice. That'd be a little bit of a drive, but being up there is kind of fun, right?
Visiting, So, but they need a manager. So there you go. But there are career opportunities on our website. Yeah. So if somebody was interested in a career in banking, they could go in there. So if you're
in banking and want to explore another option, National Bank is hiring. So
that's awesome.
That's excellent.
Yep.
So let's go back a little, switch gears a little bit more, and maybe go back to Chamber of Commerce and economic development, and why you're engaged in it, and what do you see maybe moving forward, and how we can do better?
Well, I don't know if we can do better because we're doing amazing things.
We're doing pretty amazing. I think we can always do better.
Yeah, we can always do better.
We can try.
I know. Well, I guess, so recently we've got, this opportunity came up with this AED program. So was it the fire department?
So the fire department, and they helped out with the city of Cottonwood, and they're going to put an AED, which is an automated echo defibrillator.
In case, God forbid, any of us need it.
They're going to put one on either end of the street in Old Town, right? One down by the jail trail, and one up at the far end.
Right.
And it's safety precautions. Anybody could use it. If somebody's having a cardiac event, they can go over and grab this defibrillator and hook it up to the person, and it walks you through the process of how to do that. Pretty exciting and kind of scary at the same time, because I was worried, what if you shock somebody that didn't need to be shocked?
But it tells you.
It tells you. It will not shock them.
I know.
I was like, that's cool.
That is very cool. So, it's dummy proof.
Yeah, we hope. But anyway, so the city was looking for
so the city was looking for
or
some help. They needed cabinets for it. So the CEDC decided that we would go ahead and fund that, and that's good because it's just all about business safety and
community and giving back to the community.
And giving back. So so that's going to happen. So that was kind of exciting.
Yeah, so we've had 3 major projects that we're moving forward with in helping the Wine Trail and the Old Town Association. So the Wine Trail. What do you know about the Wine Trail? They've been around for a little while. Huh?
They have. So they're instrumental in bringing people up from the metro. They're all about that, in getting our visitors. Because when you look at the community, it's not just Cottonwood.
Right.
It's Clarkdale. It's the train. It's Sedona, and there's so many different.
Everything's tied together,
it's
right?
It's all tied together.
We are a destination in itself.
We are.
So
and the wineries are totally a part of that. So that helps, feed that.
Right. Yeah, so the Chamber started the Wine Trail. It's probably been about 9 years ago, so it's been around for a little bit, but its primary purpose was to be marketing to the end consumer and drawing people up here that like to drink wine or have never have drank wine before and can come up and enjoy some.
And experience it.
Right.
Because it's an experience. It's not just about the glass of wine, it's the experience.
Right. And then the nice thing about it is that, we've got so much to do here within 20 minutes of us, right? So you may come up here for wine tasting, but we highly recommend that you spend the night and then go kayaking down the river or hiking, like what brought you here,
in Sedona, right?
Yeah, go see the archaeology sites and the museum over in Camp Verde, or
the
go
Copper
over to the
Museum.
Copper Art Museum in Clarkdale.
I know.
We've got so much here, right? It's just amazing. Old Town Cottonwood, right?
It's a lot of rich history here. That Copper Museum, his pitch, what is Drake's pitch? What does he say? They exported some 5 billion ton of copper or something, some astronomical amount, and then he brought a sample back from all around the world.
Right, yeah.
I mean, it's amazing.
It's amazing.
That's just one little place, but there's so many of them like that.
Yeah, it's wonderful. We love our Verde Valley.
We do.
Looking forward to working with you a lot more on all of this stuff.
I am excited for our future.
Yeah, we've got some really good things happening here. We've unfortunately come to about the end of our time. And so we'll just have to keep talking afterwards. That's so much I could talk to you about.
That's really good.
Well, I definitely appreciate everything that you're doing for our community, Janet. I love that you're engaged. I love that we're friends.
I know, me too.
We've got a real
You do.
special friendship, and
Thank you for everything.
thank you.
You've been an amazing partner for the community.
Yeah.
So
Well,
keep
thanks.
doing what you're doing.
Likewise, right? We're,
Yes.
we're inspiring individuals to action, and
There you
we're
go.
working together on it. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And we'll see you next time.
Okay.
And thank you for joining us, folks, and we will see you next time.